Arts. We welcome Executive Director Amanda Loveland and Board Vice Chair and Secretary Phil Curtis. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Nice
Good to be here.
Yeah, congratulations. Another milestone celebration at JSA.
Yeah, thank you. I get to, I have the privilege of celebrating with them, but I wasn't a part of necessarily the long journey. So congratulations to Phil and the long-standing board members and capital campaign supporters who have made it to a moment where they get to actually see themselves recognized.
Yeah, beautiful donor recognition wall. I've had a chance to see it. And Phil, your name's on there, but you were actually the leadership behind the multi-million-dollar fundraising campaign. What was the biggest challenge to take this old furniture store and turn it into the new home for JSA?
Well, there were a lot of challenges. Obviously, the elevator was a big challenge. The old Vermeulen Furniture Building had a large freight elevator. Fortunately, the new elevator, a lot of the old elevator shafts were small, and putting a new one in, you have to enlarge, but this is actually plenty big for the new elevator, which was great. But thanks to Ron and Marvel Jones, who donated the money for the elevator, we now have a beautiful state-of-the-art elevator. But I think, I'd really like to say what a great job Jason Covell, our architect, and R.W. Mercer did with the project. I mean, it was just amazing. They incorporated the old and retained a lot of the old, but put the new amenities and all the dance studios, theaters, and all the space that we needed.
Early days, there were discussions about using the Masonic building, partnering with the Y, maybe moving the Y over to there with you. There were a lot of iterations of what this might be. Are you happy with what it eventually became?
Yeah, I think, we initially talked about doing the Masonic Temple building, but there were so many problems with that building. Actually, until the city got involved, it was frankly about ready to fall down. They put close to $3 million in that building, and it was still problematic, so we decided that the Vermeulen building was a better option.
Amanda, it seems just a dramatic increase in space from being over at 634 North Mechanic. Have you been able to, I guess, has the programming and the attendance expanded to match the size of the space?
Yeah, and faster than we really projected. So when I came on about a year ago, I had asked the team, what's our building's capacity? What would really make us feel like we're bursting at the seams during any one given class time? And they said about 900, maybe 1,000 kids in the building at one time or in 1 week would really make us feel like we're kind of bursting a little bit. And this year we started with 966 kids coming through our doors Monday through Saturday for programming. So thankfully we learned that's not our capacity. We've got a little more room, but we didn't expect necessarily to serve 3 times as many kids as we did in the previous building so quickly, and I'm grateful that we are, and we have a really great team who made that happen and continues to support it. But also that's a really strong testament to every dollar that donors gave to make a building possible for JSA, for us not only to, move our space, but be downtown and be closer to the people who need us and be ADA compliant and all these things, that it actually worked, and it worked quickly, and it was needed. And so I'm excited for people, whether they came when the building was first built and they get to come back and see it with signage up tonight, or if it's their first tour to really understand, their dollars made a huge impact, and we currently are serving 30% of every child, of all of the children that live in the city come through JSA's building. It's pretty incredible what we're doing.
It really is.
Yeah.
Now, Phil, you, I know, have a love for the arts, and you've been involved in several arts organizations, fundraisers, just most recently the Michigan Theater, Purpose Theater, Jackson School of the Arts. Why are these organizations and the arts in general so important to you?
Well, I think number one, a rounded education for kids in the arts and music and theater are so important. Obviously, a lot of that is going away in the public schools these days, and so this is an opportunity to provide these services for the kids. You know, and one thing I wanted to point out is that we were able to raise $4 million for this project, and again, R.W. Mercer was so great to work with and helped us come in actually under budget. Right. And we actually had money left over for the endowment fund, and now we've got some seed money there for future repairs and maintenance. So our financial situation is so much better than it's ever been before. So that's really great.
What's planned this afternoon? You've got Off the Clock along with ribbon cutting and unveiling.
Yeah, so we have an invitation-only portion of the event that starts a bit earlier than the general public portion of the event, where our capital campaign donors and those who contributed on our board or through financial contribution get to come through our building and take a tour with the team, ask some questions, and see the donor wall for the first time, many of them. And then we're welcoming chamber members to join us at 4 o'clock. We'll cut a ribbon in front of the donor wall at 4:15, and then make our way up to the patio to enjoy this not insanely hot day and love our time outside at JSA.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful day to be able to experience that patio, and I think that I know you were part of the design process, Phil. What areas the community is able to use in addition to School of the Arts?
Well, there are several areas that are available to rent throughout the building. Obviously, the patio area this time of year is fantastic, particularly in the evening. You got a beautiful view of the downtown area and all the lights and everything. And but basically, we can accommodate most any need that any person that wants to put on an event there
like a milestone surprise birthday party.
Yes. Yes.
That'll do too. Yeah, so on the first floor we have an event space that holds 45 to 50 comfortably. A lot of people use it for meetings, conferences, things like that. And then, as Phil mentioned, a very popular spot is our patio, which there's an adjoining room right next to it. It's great for networking, mingling, a breakout session for workshops. We have a lot of people who rent multiple spaces in the building when they're doing some sort of conference that requires breakout workshops. But we also just have bridal showers, graduation parties. We have a wedding next month using the whole building, which is really cool. So people should definitely come take a tour and consider us for their next spot, because we are unique. We're beautiful. And in comparison to other places, there's no place like JSA to have your meeting, and we have lots of kid and adult artwork up, which helps too.
Well, congratulations on the completion of an awesome project.
Yeah.
And check it out as part of Off the Clock today from 4 till 6.
I want to give a shout out to Crimson Oak and Classic Turning, who completed a lot of the signage that people will see today too. Which we're excited to showcase because their work is really beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to seeing it. Thanks,
Thank
Phil.
you, Art.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Amanda Loveland and Phil Curtis with Jackson School of the Arts.